And so it's much better to go for these higher value offers. So something like a training smart band, 36. We have 20 per lead, clean my Mac. You can promote that, 32 per lead. What is going on, guys? And welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to do a full tutorial of promoting a MaxBounty on offer using Bing Ads direct linking, right? So without a landing page, without a bridge page, and without anything like that. In addition to that, we're gonna do an entire tutorial on setting up the Bemob tracker, which is very similar to volume tracker. So we're gonna cover all of this today. It's gonna be a comprehensive tutorial, so make sure to watch the entire video for some special tips and tricks you're gonna find along the way, especially towards the end. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing you have to realize about CPA offers is that they're typically kind of low quality and low payout, right? This is what makes CPA different from a ClickBank, right? With CPA, you're not getting paid for the actual sale. In many cases, you're getting paid for the action. So a lead, maybe a credit card trial or something like that. And so what happens is a lot of times you get these low offers, right? You have 9 cents per lead, you have $8 per lead. That's actually a lot, but typically you have like $4.80 per lead, you have $2.50, $2. And so this is why they're not very applicable to promoting on like the major networks, right? You're gonna have issues promoting CPA stuff on Facebook, on Google Ads, and then pretty much on Quora, on a lot of these kind of serious, very reputable networks with high quality traffic that everybody knows about. One exception is actually Bing, right? Bing is actually pretty lenient when it comes to direct linking, that is promoting directly without a landing page, without a bridge page. Bing is actually fairly lenient. It's the most lenient of pretty much all the networks, right? And that is provided you find a decent offer to promote. Bing is probably not going to approve a very low quality offer like sweepstakes or email submits or surveys or things like that. But if you find a quality offer that actually sells a decent product and has a really nice landing page, then Bing will probably allow it. And so the first thing that you have to understand when it comes to kind of picking the right offer and doing everything is that you have to know how to pick the right offer. And so when it comes to MaxBounty, right, if you want to do ClickBank, you have a bigger pool of offers to choose from over there. But when it comes to MaxBounty, the kind of offers that usually are like on the higher quality end that you could promote on Bing directly, they're usually around e-commerce, right? And they could appear in kind of any category or at least in some other categories. But my experience has shown that in e-commerce, you're gonna find kind of a big chunk of these kinds of offers. So if we go to e-commerce and we do search, I'm going to show you what I mean when it comes to that. And so we have a lot of offers. They're of different rates, right? And another thing is when you're doing Bing ads or pay-per-click marketing, right, you want to be promoting offers that pay at least $20 bounty, $25 bounty. You don't want to promote offers that pay, 9 cents per lead or even offers that pay something like $4.80 per lead or something like $2.50 per lead, which is typically, and that's because you're going to be bidding on keywords. And a lot of times you're going to be bidding 50 cents, $1 per click, right? So if the payout is like $2, you need 2 clicks to break even, which is, well, you better have a really, really good offer for that to convert. And so it's much better to go for these higher value offers. So something like a training smart band, 36. We have 20 per lead, clean my Mac. You can promote that, 32 per lead, anti-radiation shield. And that is actually an offer that I decided we're going to try promoting, right? And it pays $32 per lead, which gives us enough room to be profitable with pay-per-click advertising. And basically, I opened this offer. It has a 32-cent EPC, which is not super high. It's also not super low. Countries are allowed, Canada, United States. So it is a high-quality offer because they realize that, this is for this kind of market. And typically, people in these countries have decent amount of disposable income. They can afford to buy $32, whatever this product costs, this anti-radiation shield. And so you have to read the description, right? This is very important. They tell you a little bit about the product, but most importantly, they tell you how to actually advertise the product. They tell you what you can or cannot do. They say no building branded FB Facebook pages that compete directly with the advertiser, right? So you cannot build a Facebook page that says something like PWR guard, anti-radiation shield or something like that, because that's a branded thing. And so no use of advertisers, brand name and URL, etc., etc. And then you scroll down, search restrictions. And this is actually more important for us because we're going to be doing search marketing, right? And they do allow search marketing here. And so they have some restrictions. Again, no bidding on the following branded terms. We're not going to be bidding on branded terms, so we're okay with this. You can read this more. And so this offer is going to work. We can work with this. We can actually promote this offer. So the next thing I want to talk a little bit is about Bemob tracker. Now, a lot of people are confused how it works. It's actually very, very simple. Here's the diagram, right? The only thing you have to know about Bemob is that it has four things that are like four different elements that kind of work in conjunction with each other. And those are affiliate network, traffic source, offers, and a landing page. These two are pretty static. You just set them up and they just, remain there. So affiliate network would be like ClickBank or MaxBounty or others. Traffic source would be like Facebook, Bing, Google, things like that. And then offers, these are going to matter, for the specific offer you're converting. So once you have these configured, you can leave them alone. And so the offers is going to change, the landing page is going to change, and the campaign is going to change. Because the campaign is basically a combination of all of this, and you're going to get a unique URL that you can give to Bing or to Facebook or to whoever so that they can send traffic to that URL and that you can track the clicks that are coming through and the sales that you're going to get. All right? So let's go and see what we have set up in Bemob, right? If we go into our let's see, affiliate networks, I already should have it set up. I already have ClickBank and MaxBounty, the two ones that I typically work with, right? And then I have the traffic sources set up here as well. We can take a look. We have Google AdWords, Facebook, YouTube, and Bing. We have Bing set up there. And what we need to set up is the offers, right? So we go into the offer, right? And we basically create new, and it's going to give us a dialog, and then we just have to kind of fill it out. So we give it a name, right? And we could just call it anti-radiation shield. And affiliate network, we're going to choose MaxBounty so that we have the correct linking here. And then we go to MaxBounty, we click on build a tracking link. I like to do contextual. Actually, we're going to do search. We're going to get a raw link, okay? And now we have the link right here. We're going to copy this. We're going to go back to Bemob. We're going to paste that link. And now this is here, right? We can also specify a daily cap so that once we reach the amount of clicks we're sending or the amount of sales we're getting, right, the amount of sales we've gotten, it can basically redirect or stop sending traffic, and you can make a bunch of interesting things. And so this offer has a does it have a daily cap? Daily cap. It doesn't look like it doesn't seem like it has a daily cap. Okay, it doesn't have that. So we don't have to worry about that. So we can go forward. We have the global country. So this is going to be it's going to be only to United States, right? We're going to only do United States traffic. So we're going to pick United States here. Tags, we don't have to fill that out. Dollar, currency, payout, auto, all of that. So this is all set up. We have the URL. We can save this, okay? We have the URL to the offer. We save this. And now we have the offer. The next thing we need to do is the landing, right? And this is where you configure the landing page. And we actually don't even have a landing page. If we had a landing page, we would put in there. Well, we're doing direct linking, so we're going to leave this alone. And so what we can do is we can automatically create a campaign from this, right? Because we have traffic source, we have affiliate network, and we have the offer. We don't have the landing. So we can basically create the end. This is the final URL. The campaign is the final URL, and we click on new, and it's going to load. Okay, and then we create the campaign. So we can call it something like, anti-radiation, Bing or something like that. Traffic source is going to be Bing. Okay, and it basically, as you can see, it basically creates the name for it. And we can basically Bing global. So we can call it actually, when we pick, let's see, when we have, so the flow, right? Okay, so we're going to use a built-in flow. And what we have is, so the flow is basically how things are flowing from the traffic source, which gets this URL. Do we want to go to the landing page? Do we want to go directly with the offer? We don't have any landing pages. So we're going to add an offer, right? Our existing offer. We basically pick an offer here, and it's going to send 100% of the traffic. Skipping the landing page, we're going to use a built-in flow, and then we just call it something like anti-radiation, something like that. Or I'll just call it AR, right? Bing global AR, this is going to be United States. since we're only interested in, so Bing United States AR, cost model is auto, uniqueness. We don't have to worry about tracking domain. We have a bunch of domains we can use. You can set up a custom domain. I highly recommend setting up a custom domain so it looks more legit. And so we're going to use account default. We're not going to overcomplicate it. Then we click on save, right? So it needs a path. Let's see. We're going to do, let's see, landing. So we have to remove that. We click on save, and it basically saves it here. And now we have a campaign that we can run. So now it gives us a bunch of links, right? We have the click URL, so you don't have to worry about the click URL and this multi-offer click URL, because these are the links you put on the landing page. We don't have a landing page, so we're not going to be using that. The only thing we worry about is the campaign URL and the campaign test URL. The test URL is for testing, so that you're not getting all this data mixed up, and the campaign URL is what we're going to give to Bing as the final URL when we actually create the campaign. So this is all great. We can copy and paste it, but I'm going to close it. It's very easy. We could just right click on it basically and click on campaign links, and it's going to open the same screen. And so this is the endpoint, right? This is what you hand to the traffic sources or to whoever else, right? You're going to give this to Bing, you're going to give this to somebody else, etc., etc. All right, so now we have the offer, we have the whole campaign structure set up. The next thing is to actually set up the campaign in Bing. And so what you do is you basically go into bing.microsoft.com, or is it bing.com? It keeps changing. Now it's called Microsoft Ads. It used to be Bing Ads. So you basically Google for Bing Ads, and you're going to have the screen. You have to input your credit card so that you can also find various credits and special offers. I think I got like $150 to start with when I actually started using them. And so you have to click on campaigns, right? You're going to have an overview, all this, click on campaigns, and then you have to click on create campaign. And I'm going to show you the entire campaign structure so that you understand. Now, Bing can track conversions. We're not going to do that. That's a little too complicated because we're not going to be able to send the data back. This is a CPA offer. It's very hard to send data back. We're going to do visits to my website. We're going to do that. We click on that. And that's going to open a new screen, and we can set it up. So the campaign name, we can call it, whatever, anti-radiation, AR, right? Campaign budget per day. Now, whatever you want, you can do it, $20 per day. Like, let's leave it at $25 per day. Remember, the payout is $32 per lead, right? So we need to spend at least that amount to get, and if we get one lead, then it breaks even. You have to spend at least that amount to see if it's worth it, right? You can't spend $10 and you don't have a sale, you call it a day. You just can't do that, all right? So we have 25 per day. Let it run a couple of days. Where do you want your ads to appear? It says Canada, US. I'm going to start with just US. I always start my ads only in the US because if they're going to convert anywhere in the world, they're probably going to convert in the US. And so we're going to, let me choose a specific location. We're going to pick United States here. We're going to click, press enter. We choose United States and we have it selected. We scroll down. Now, who should see your ads? People in your targeted locations, people searching for or viewing pages. So we only want people in my targeted location. I don't care about people searching about US or viewing pages about US. Language is English, obviously. Save and go to the next step. And this is where we set up our ad groups. And the way you can think about an ad group is basically it's a collection of keywords that are about the same thing and they link to one landing page or to one offer, kind of the same angle, right? We don't have a landing page, so we're gonna just do one ad group. It doesn't make any sense to create multiple ad groups because the whole point is to create different versions of the landing page. We don't have a landing page. This is direct linking. So my website, you can enter your website URL here. We're promoting a third party. We don't really need to worry about that. Let's do ad group 1. And here is where you enter keywords, okay? And this is where you have to be very careful. This is kind of the most interesting part here, and this is where a lot of people screw up. And so let's think about the keywords that we want. So we have anti-radiation shield, right? And what we can do is, first of all, we can go into Google. We can type Google, and basically we can type those keywords and see what else Google suggests. So we type anti-radiation shield, and if we click on this, it says anti-radiation sticker, how to block radiation, do anti-radiation device for home, things like that. So we have web store, things like that. And we have other questions. What we're looking is for variations, right? Obviously, this is a good one, right? So what we can do is we can basically create a new file, right? So we can go here, we can create so I have here a new file that's open, and we can basically copy and paste this, what we have so far. So we have anti-radiation shield. We can also have anti-radiation protection, right? We can also have, what is the best quantum shield? So let's go back to the offer and see if we can learn something about it. Let's open, so there's a couple of landing pages. Let's click on the default landing page and read about it so we can get some synonyms for this offer. Protect you from EMF. Okay, so EMF radiation shield, that's a good one. Let's see, block cell phone radiation. Radiation stay no matter, universal fit. Protect your family and your pregnancy, necessary for cell phones. Okay, so I have honestly, I don't know this niche too well. If this was something I was familiar with, I would know immediately. But that's okay. We're all marketers. We're trying to research niches. So we have SAR absorption. PIDA reduces your radiation exposure to a minimum, right? Okay. And so we have reduce radiation, something like this. Radiation. Okay, we have that. Protect against radiation. So we can type this. So what I like about EMF radiation, it says it's more specific. So let's see if we can type that and let's see what happens. Okay, cell phone radiation protector. So how about something like radiation protector? So yeah, we have protection, protector. I have this. This is for cell phone, EMF radiation protection for cell phone defense shield. This is very interesting, okay? Why use defense shield, electromagnetic shielding, shield. Okay, so we have that. So that's what you have to do, right? You basically have to go through this list, and Google Ads or Bing, they're gonna actually suggest keywords. But before they do, I want to show you something about keyword matches. Okay, so what we do is we select all of this, copy this, and we go into Google and we type something. You can enter a query, Google AdWords Mixer tool. And once you do that, you're going to find this Keywords Toaster, which is one of my favorite tools. And what this tool does, it helps you with keyword matches, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. So we input the keywords here, and then what it's going to do is basically going to create another group of keywords with certain match types. Okay, and what we want is we only want this is what we want. So what we want is a broad modified and exact match. This is how I like to do it. You might do it differently, but you never want to do broad match. Broad match is basically like this, wide open. And what this means is that you're basically telling Bing, hey, show my ad when something close by appears, right? And we don't want that. We want at least these terms to appear in the query, right? And this is what broad modified does. It prepends these plus symbols, plus signs. And what that means is that these two words need to appear in the query. Okay, they need to appear somewhere in the query. That query could be, 100 words, but these two words need to appear. They don't need to appear in this order, but they just need to appear somewhere in the query. And then we're doing an exact match. And an exact match, does exactly what it says. Is that somebody needs to type exactly these two words by themselves without anything else in this specific order for our ad to be triggered by the system. Okay, and the reason I like this is because I want my exact matches to match, but I also want the flexibility so that if somebody types something else, to also for my ad to show up as well. And this is kind of what I like. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all of this. We're going to go back to our campaign management. We're going to paste the keywords here. And then we're basically, once we paste it, Bing is going to give us suggestions. So we have an ad group, radiation, EMF, radiation treatment, EMF protection. So yeah, you just kind of have to look at them. You have to, sometimes they really give you good suggestions. Sometimes they don't. So you have to kind of study the niche you're doing and see if it's applicable. For some, it's a lot of really good suggestions. For this one, I'm not really sure this is helpful. I don't even know what radiation cystitis is. and all these things, effects, radiation, treatment. We're not doing treatment or anything like that. And so you just kind of have to cycle through it, look at it, and find something similar. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to go with this. And so we save and go to the next step. Okay. And now we have to create an ad for this ad group. And we're going to click on create ad. And we're going to, so the final URL, right? The final URL is going to be to our domain name, right? And this is why you want to get you really want to at least have some kind of a custom domain, something that's linked to the offer. We're still direct linking. We don't have a landing page. We're not violating any of those rules or anything. But you want to have a domain that redirects it. That way you can redirect the offer to the domain, and you can do that with Bemob tracker. You can set up a custom domain. I have a video about that will show you how to do that. But typically, you want the final URL, the one that appears below the ad, to be similar to the offer. You don't want it to be like bit.ly or anything like that, because it's not gonna work. And so the final URL, whatever the domain you get, if you're doing something like Radiation Shield, you might register something like radiation shield.com or something like that, and just use that. That's gonna redirect to the offer, and it's gonna redirect to the to the offer themselves, and then that's how the tracking is gonna work. So the title, now this is the title we want. It's 3 pieces, 3 different parts by 30 characters, and we can do something like basically go to the MaxBounty offer and go to their page, and it says here something like this: protecting your family. You can use that. That's a nice benefit. If they're using it, they probably have tested different ones, so this is a legit benefit. So we can copy and paste this here, and protect you and your family from EMF. Yeah, we can leave it like that. I don't know if these are required. We can go to the ad text, and we can go back to the offer, to the landing page, and we can see what it says. Radiation is everywhere. Stay protected no matter where you are, right? So we can go back to the to our campaign thing, and we can do that. And ad text too, we can basically do something else. We can basically go and basically list some of the benefits, right? We can go here and we can do that. 24/7, we can put a period at the end just to kind of separate them. Universal fit. We can basically do that. And, you could create your own, right? You could probably, brainstorm and create your own kind of ideas, but you can pretty much copy and paste this. And now we have, an ad, right? We have an ad that works, right? And obviously you can kind of fix it up. You can do all these things. We're going to save it here. And so it says this is a required field. We exceeded this. Okay, so we exceeded this. Protect you and your family from EDF. So protect you. Let's see if this works. Protect you. Protect. This is exceeded again. How about this? That doesn't look like. Protect you. Protect you from EDF. Okay, that's good. Protect your family. Protect your family. So something like that. Protect you from EMF radiation. Protect yourself, I guess, a better one. Protect from EMF. Protect your family. So, you got to play with these words, right? Protect you from EMF. Protects you. That might work. Okay, and this is exceeded. Protects you from radiation. Protects your family. Something like that. Protects you from harmful radiation. Protects your family. So you got to play with these words here and there. You have to enter the final URL. I'm just going to put yahoo.com because we don't know what the domain is going to be, or the domain might be something like, EMF radiation solutions. Something like this, right? That's a legit one, right? When people see that, they see it's legit. And that's all we have here. We're going to click on save. It's going to save this. We have one ad. You can create multiple ads, and typically you want to create 3 ads per ad group so that it can basically show different ads and see which ones convert better. We also have various site link extensions, and these are basically additional things, right? Additional things that appear under the ad. It could be prices. And so what we want to do is we want to click save and exit, and that's it. Now it goes into review. It's going to get reviewed, but the domain is, we just put a fake domain in there. If you have the right domain, you have a nice custom domain, you set it up in the tracker, it does the redirection, and that's how things work, and that's how you have it, and that is how you do direct linking with MaxBounty, right? The number one thing is the right offer. You have to pick the right offer, and you have to kind of, you have to set up the structure. Bemob is very simple. You can set up with Bemob. They have a free plan that you can use. You can set up everything done. But that's all it takes, right? It doesn't take a long time, like 15 minutes. You can do it easily, no problem, even less. Once you know what you're doing, if you have the offer, you can do it probably in less than 15 minutes. And you have a fully functional campaign, all right, guys? So I really, really hope you've gotten value from this video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to show your appreciation, definitely smash the like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I would be happy to help you out. And if you want to see other videos such as this one, definitely, take a look at some of the other videos that I have on my channel. I have lots. But if you want to see notifications of future video when a new one drops, definitely subscribe and click the like and click the notification bell, and you're going to get notified when a new video drops. All right, guys. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you real soon.